Hey guys, what's up? Welcome again to another Friday night edition of my live stream for the Friday night runs with the Legion of Races. First two races coming up. Race 1, which should be starting momentarily. It's a 1 MIG race. We're all in the Toyota AE86 and we are gonna be at 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐭. And I think it's a 5-lap race. Okay, race starts right now. So let's hope this streamline is working. It's a pain in the ass, especially when you don't always know what you're doing. That's me. Okay, well, here we go. There are 4 rooms today, and I think all 4 rooms are filled up, which means there are a lot of people. I am starting at the very back of the grid. That's me right there. Gonna love those pop-up headlights. 7-lap race. And away we go. Make sure my traction control is turned off. Played a bunch of online races. This week's weekly race is actually the AE86 at 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐭 for race A, and it is crazy because everyone just bangs into one another. So starting in 12 has its advantages. You get to kind of see who's where. So I got a penalty for going off track. It's a little bit better than being hit off track. Because tight. Alright, so I've managed to get up to 8th position. Still in the first lap, so it's still a long way to go. It's annoying because you can't exactly drift in these. Seems like you're drifting. Contact there from the red car behind me, and I'm sideways. Ouch. So yeah, this is kind of what happens in a 1 MIG race, small tight circuit, and stock cars from the 80s. Iconic as it is, well, it's only iconic because of one anime, one comic strip, Initial D, which I think a lot in my generation grew up reading and then eventually watching on TV. So it's got a huge cult following. If you see what my car looks like, I'll show you guys later. The one I'm driving right now, it's in purple. Alright, that's 3 laps of 7. All the way back in 9th, starting at 12. Let's try to slowly climb back up the ranks. Would have thinned out a little bit by now. The fastest would have been way ahead. And the 3 cars in front of me are fighting one another, so let's try to get up close and personal with them so we can watch this race unfold, not from the sidelines, but from my cockpit. You would think this is easy, but even if you have AC or a fan blowing at you, you still perspire. still that exciting. It's not that physically challenging compared to racing in real life. But I remember the last endurance race I did my first stint, came out from a 75-minute stint, and I was so dehydrated I couldn't breathe. I was exhausted physically, mentally. That's also why you see race drivers do a lot of training, because I've had friends ask me like, oh, so do you guys have like air conditioning in the car and radio and all that stuff? I said, well, for the GT3 guys with a lot of budget, yes, they have cooling systems in the car where they wear suits, race suits. I think that's track limit. They wear race suits that has ice water that goes through the suits in little tubes to cool down the body. So that bit's pretty cool. Whoa! It's me being hit. And then dropped all the way down to last place. Or final position, as I say every week. It's gonna be a long battle up. But we're only halfway through this particular race. Weirder things have happened. So like I was saying, there are cars, race cars with cooling systems like that for the drivers. It's not common, very expensive to purchase and to maintain. But for me, I always race in touring cars, because obviously it's very expensive to race in GT3. And no, we have no air conditioning. We have a pipe that brings in the hot air, or the air, from outside into the cabin. Sometimes with stones and all the time with bugs. And the only radio we have would be the radio to communicate with the team manager at the paddocks, at the pits. There's no music. And if trackside temperature gets up to 40, 45, 50 degrees Celsius, then you can imagine what it's like being in the car. But that's real life. But yeah, even here in a sim racing environment, I'm comfortably at home, at dinner, not yet had a beer, not yet had beer yet, but you know, nice and comfy. But still. Sorry, quick update. This is Friday night runs with the Legion of Racers, 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐿, Nitro.com. Starting in 12th position, dropping down after being knocked out a bunch of times. Still in final position. I think one of the players has quit. I have once again managed to catch up to the tail end of it. Last 2 laps, gotta try to overtake and maintain that if possible. So I'm 7/10 slower than the fastest lap so far. Just not a bad thing, just kinda gotta get past the traffic. Not hit anyone and not get hit by anyone. But as you can see, contact is common, fast and easy, especially in these one-mic races, because everyone's got about the same power. So, intentional, unintentional is sometimes hard to tell. Obviously have no intention of hitting anyone intentionally, because that's not cool. A lot of my online races have been ruined by being hit. Sometimes you can tell that it's unintentional and then you just deal with it because it's just a game. But sometimes you could tell that it's intentional because they go left to right and then bang. Okay, like this guy is obviously just trying to block me, which is fine. Just take the inside, thank you very much. So what he did just now was not, from what I saw, exhibit. It was not a bang. It was not a contact. He was just trying to block me, right? So that's normal. If I remember my rules and regulations correctly for real life racing, you know, you try to not block someone, uh, you know, within 3 corners. Don't quote me on this. But yeah, you try not to do that because then it's just really not very cool, right? Because sometimes the driver behind, the car behind might really be faster than you, right? So you want to take some maneuvers to protect your position, but after a while you need to come to a conclusion whether, you know, are you worthwhile? And in real life racing, that is very hard to say sometimes. All right, Friday night. What's up, guys? We are at the end of the first race here at Friday Night Runs with the Legion of Racers. Now, race 2, as you guys should be able to see right now, it's going to be interesting because it's racing in the rain. I've done a bunch of training laps this afternoon, and it's not easy. It's, yeah, it's quite, well, if you drive or if you ride, then you know what's like in the rain, right? So it will be exciting. So I tested a bunch of cars. I did a few laps in the Evo, GTR, the V8 Vantage, Aston, WRX, and I also did a few laps in, is it this one? Yeah, in the 𝐒𝐭𝐫𝐭 Renault, and I like the Evo the best. So tires are heavy wet. Now when you race with wet tires in real life, in the rain, they kind of feel like you're using very stock road tires in the dry. So you can still push it, but you know, you gotta push it gently. You can't go like, yeah, flat out, and down, flat out, yeah. No, that doesn't work. So you gotta be very gradual, you gotta be very gentle. Look at that rain. Let's do this field for a while. I'm not gonna race in this field because it's impossible to see. But God, it looks good. Oh, and I'm off. Boom. That would be a penalty right there when the race starts, which it hasn't. But this, you know, the cool thing about games, simulators like that, is it gives you a feel of what it's like if you're racing in real life. So GTR right here. I think a lot of people will be using the GTRs, and but it's just freaking awesome because it's so realistic. Yep, completely off circuit together with that GTR. Okay, sorry guys, I gotta go back to the view I'm more familiar with. Breaking way too late because I was distracted. Boom. Okay. No restart. Okay, let's take this training seriously because I think the race should be starting in a couple of minutes. Whoa. So it's a 4-lap race in the wet in GR4, GT4 category. Just so last week, if you guys are on GT Sport, GTS, you guys would know that last week's race B, daily races, race B was the new Supra on the circuit in the dry, right? And I did a few races. Terrible. This is a very fun circuit if you know how to handle the corners and handle the car and handle, I guess, you know, the weather. So when I play this circuit in GR3, GT3, it's heaps of fun, right? Because every corner is exciting, especially en rouge. Just that crazy uphill, well, downhill, uphill dip. The uphill is called en rouge. And crazy fun, but also not an easy circuit to play with. So given the current rainy conditions, I think it would be wise to get on the brake. Get on, yeah, there we go. Get on the brakes significantly earlier. Try not to hit the wall. But yeah, get on the brakes earlier and gradually, smoothly. Alright, so instead of standing on the pedal, stamping them, just ease into it like this. That's better, but it feels like a slow motion. But that might be the thing that needs to be, or that might be how we need to do this. I don't know, I've never competed in the wet on GT Sport before. This is my first time in the wet. So I'm guessing if you take it at slow motion like that, then the key thing is to stay on the circuit. Lots of straights, like this uphill straight, which really tests the horsepower from the car. You could go flat out, but here maybe ease into the brake a bit earlier. Maybe third gear a little better. So we don't rev too hard, get too excited. Losing a bit of traction there. Four-wheel drive doesn't matter. Wet weather is wet weather. The characteristics are different. In real life racing, people like to say wet weather neutralizes the really fast from the not so fast, because it sets a fairly standardized condition, which is obviously not static because it's raining, right? Might be puddle here this lap, and then next lap the puddle might have gone away, or so you have to be crazy good. If you look at Formula One, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of them are just mental when it comes to driving and racing in the rain. Very tempted to drop down to second gear just to get a bit easier. Those corners back there. Upshift a little bit earlier, no need for red line, because we're not exactly gonna max out all your revs wet weather condition like this. Same thing, brake a little bit earlier, ease into the brake. Alright, I think this lap is a little bit better than before. Whoa. So that should be a 3-minute and 3-second lap. Very different compared to doing this in the dry. Not sure how much time we have for this practice session. I'm guessing it's qualifying because there's no qualifying in the earlier race. But hang in there, the race will happen. 4 laps of this will be fun to watch if I'm gonna be able to stay within the pack, so we can see things happening. It will not be fun to watch if I muck it up. Wow. That's an example of mucking it up. So I'm not sure you can see what happened there. I accelerated too early, and that resulted in a little bit of an understeer. Completely missing the apex. Very good at that. If you guys want to learn how to miss the apex? Come to me. Break in a little bit earlier. That corner, so 75 braking marker will not do me good. With that, I was trying something else. I was trying to brake hard when I still had the straight to see if I could still bring the speeds down. Let's go back to braking earlier. So far, the answer is a no. Braking earlier would still probably be preferred option. And what's happening? Oh, well, the race is about to start. I will try my best to keep this entertaining and exciting. I cannot guarantee that. Starting in third. Okay. So here we go. Standing start. 4 laps. Didn't want to go flat out right off the bat because I was worried of too much spin. Oh, it's 5-lap race. I'm sorry, not 4 laps. Oh, that part gets very scary because once you get onto the strips, you lose a lot of traction. And you get a penalty, half-second penalty. Hi Momo, that's Moses behind me in 4th. GTR. Taking the inside line. Oh. So I'm gonna stick with the plan of braking earlier. Stay in, stay in, stay in. There we go. Brake early to stay in the game instead of going too far out, too far wide, because once you're out, then sometimes it's hard to get back in. Gentle handling, brakes, throttle, and steering. So what happened there was he went onto the rubber strips and lost traction. So I've served my penalty by slowing down enough. Moses has 0.2 of a second penalty to go. GTR behind me, catching up very quickly. As is that Evo. Alright, so oops, that was my bad. And that was only lap 1. 4 more to go. absolutely terrible conditions. You try to do this, pass the car in front of you. Oh no! That's going to be a penalty. So much concentration. I would love to talk more. Yep. Try to brake a little bit later there. Not gonna work. Not get a penalty on the first one, I got a penalty for this one. Oh, I must say, rear-wheel drive, weather conditions like this should be very, very exciting. Like NSX. I did try with one rear-wheel drive Aston Martin. It was way too exciting for me. Handle the best for me. Oh, come on. Go, contact. It's the end of the second lap, 3 laps to go. Fair bit of contact going on here. Let's see if I can handle this from the inside. Ah, shoot. So I gain a penalty, half a second. NSX climbing up the hill. Audi TT at the tail. Slow motion. Whoa! That GTR went all the way. Get another penalty for that bit. Off again. On again. Story of my life. Oh, keep it in. Keep it in. pack is always exciting because that's where the majority of the guys are. If you look at the top right corner of the map, you can see the faster guys are way up front. Fastest lap time being 2:59. So after 3 laps, I am slowly but surely getting familiarized with this. Oh no, what a waste. This is tiring. It is not easy. Whoa. Those 2 guys went way off. Let's again. I think the diffuser in front of me is the GTR. It's an exact repeat of what just happened in the previous lap. So I got a 1 second penalty this time because I was off circuit for a lot longer than needed. So I've artificially gotten fastest sector timing. If you're just joining me, what's up guys? Long here, 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐭. This is Friday Night Runs with the Legion of Races. We're in a 5-lap GT3 category race at Spa. Obviously in very, very wet conditions. What am I doing? What is he doing? What are we doing? He's got pretty good straight line speed. No chance for me to overtake. 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐭. I don't even know what the hell a 𝐒𝐭𝐴 is. NSX and GTR, the very contact-friendly cars. Okay, we're now into the last and final lap, finally. I'd really like to see me overtake the Audi. Oh no. That's the end of that conversation. I would really like to see me maintain this lead in front of the NSX. And let's see what can happen with the 3 cars in front. Oh no, again and again and again. That's also the reason why that corner is one of the most treacherous corners in the history of motorsports. True story. Okay, oh no, definitely braking too late. Oh. like a ballet dance. Taking turns with positions. Okay, let's capitalize on that. I'm always saying that. Capitalize, capitalize, capitalize. Take advantage of the situation. Keep it in. This is the final lap, and if I could finish in 5th, that would be pretty kick-ass. Why? And come on. You can't see it on my face now because I'm trying to put up a... But it's very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And part of the reason also is because I'm not very familiar or good. Alright, last 2 corners. Will I mess it up? Will someone else mess it up? We're about to find out. Oh, not enough time. That would have been interesting to see how these 3 cars line up and then go past the finish line. Alright, I'm quite frustrated and annoying. Fastest laps. What, me? That is quite impossible. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Come on. Autodro. Come on, come on, come on. So, as always, you get to vote. This is the last race for Friday night runs, and they always let us vote. Hopefully it's going to be GT3. Whoa, that's aggressive. Please ban. Dragon Trail, as always. No surprises there. It gets boring after a while. I just want to clarify myself that it doesn't matter if I'm not winning, right? I've always said this, there has to be winners and losers. It doesn't matter. I'm not one of those guys that I must win. But ideally, it would be nice to have fun, right? And alright, there's some extreme contention going on. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that argument is all about. Oh, so it's N400 category. Really want a rear wheel drive. You know what? Let's just go with the Porsche. Sports soft traction control switched off. Just make sure my brake, I'm very familiar, more used to that. The brake bias being a little bit more towards the front. So it dips a little bit more when you brake. Doesn't mean you brake faster. It just means it dips a little bit more, brakes a bit harder on the front. Which kind of allows you to, corner, rotate the vehicle ever so slightly smoother. Obviously, you do tend to go sideways a little bit easier as well. car. How not to do it. Someone else has joined me in that. Oh, it's the guy from who's in the NSX in the previous race. Table lines. I'm not in the GT3. So how are you guys doing? Friday night. The weekend is here. I think for some of us, it's hard to tell the difference between the weekday and the weekend. The circuit breaker, as it's called here in Singapore. Short of a lockdown, short of a quarantine, it is a circuit breaker. So yeah. I'm getting text messages at 5 in the morning from guys on Instagram who are asking me about stuff like PlayStation controllers and what headphones am I using right now. These are Logitech's G9333333S 933S. But yeah, 5 in the morning, Instagram DMs coming in. That's cool, I'm awake. That was just the Outback. Breaking earlier. It's not enough. Well, I did not break early enough. So this is probably the third and the last race for the night of Friday night runs with the Legion of Racers. Race has not started. There's still the practice qualifying section. It should be starting momentarily. So if anyone's still watching this live, thank you. Yeah, where was I? If anyone's still watching this live, thank you very much. If you're watching this after, then it should be less boring because I usually give the time as to where to drag the little dot thingy. I'm so bad at multitasking. I would usually list the race times so you don't have to deal with this in-between bullshit. So if you're not able to slow your car down fast enough with downshifts and with heavy braking, a very good way to do it is to do what I just did, right? Just smash yourself into the wall. Don't do that in real life. Simulator talk. Aside from that wall break. Never coast. And that's exactly what I just did. So the race should be starting soon, I think in about 3 minutes. Why the hell did I break? Never mind. Okay, let's see if I can do this better this time. There we go, a little bit better. But yeah, race should be starting in a couple of minutes. Let's get that inside. Okay, let's see. Nope. Will it be under 2 minutes? Oh, just under 2 minutes. Barely decent, but I'm satisfied. Trim that little bit there. See, I have no idea what that conversation is about. Gula remix. Okay, a little bit better. So tempted to shake my head. So tempted. A little bit early there. Better. I'm not sure if upshifting would have been the right thing to do. Alright, this lap should be a little bit faster than previous lap. Previous lap was 1:58.9. This is a 1:56. Flat-ish. So that's better. Okay, race is about to start in 5 seconds. So you can see a conversation going on there. A bunch of people are not happy with another bunch of people. Oh no. That's me in a green Porsche, so I'm starting in 3rd. That's just one frog. Oh no, wait, there are 2 Porsches. So there's one 𝐒𝐿. Ooh, that was close. There we go. Start. 6-lap race. This should get exciting. Oh, I was definitely braking earlier to try to avoid too much contact going on. Did not avoid contact, but came out relatively okay. Six laps, full on concentration. Which I have just lost right there, right there, right there, right there. Can't cross the road like that in real life. Is that a Camaro SS? Alright, so it's the same pack that I was with in the earlier race at Spa. Seems like it. Look at how banged up the cars are. Pretty sure mine's pretty banged up as well right now. Evidence of good battles, or bad driving, or both. Lap 1, 5 to go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Fuck it. At times like this, you really just want to stop because it's getting quite pointless. And to be honest, I have been trying very hard to improve for this season's of Legion of Races. So those are practicing for those six cars for those 6 circuits, but also trying to improve my driver ranking. 2 weeks last month, managed to bring it up all the way up to B, which was not an easy feat for me. And then a bunch of stupid mistakes brought me down to C, and then continuing those stupid mistakes bringing me down to a low C, which means I'm quite close to dropping down to D again. It's not cool because I've been C for a very long time, and obviously having gotten up to B, get thirsty for things like that, right? So I've been trying to really improve, up my game on a daily basis. Just gotta avoid those 2 guys. So it's Porsche on Porsche. Sideways there. Look at the map on the top right, look at the blue arrows. That's everyone else, right? I'm red, obviously. And you start to get confused, like, okay, where is the first place guy? Where is the back marker? I guess the guy who left would be the back marker, I guess. Basically talking to myself now. Keep it in. There we go. Alright, so this is lap 3, halfway point. So gotta stop mucking up. Yeah, so like I was saying, not sure if 4th gear was the right gear for that corner in this car. Maybe 3rd. Whoa, what the hell? Did you guys see that? The car just... No idea who that was. Might be a glitch. And that's me losing focus. Fourth place is in sight. Quite far ahead though. If I stop screwing up, then maybe 5 seconds lead ahead of me. Honestly, at my level, it's good enough to be able to see the cars in front of you. Full width. See, that's the car that we saw earlier that was going in the opposite direction. No idea who or what. Like I said, probably a glitch. Okay, so third gear seems to work a little bit better than fourth gear. A lot more dicey. Okay, slowly climbing back up. I can see fourth place now, 1.5 seconds ahead of me. Second last lap. Obviously, I got excited there. There we go. Slight wave 21. It's working, definitely distracted me. So I think it's a glitch because he's not on the timing board on the left. Also, I believe the host. Oh, why did I touch the grass? Losing that lead I built up so tediously. Don't hit me. Let's try this in third gear again. Oh no, did not do that properly. Alright, final lap. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I need to focus a little bit more than I have been. Let's see if I can finish this. Just got hit. So I guess all that concentration was not necessary. All of us grew up together. Well, 10 seconds to the end of this, so we're not gonna make it to the end. I will be finishing in 11th. Perfect time. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I was boring tonight. It's just one of those days. And I'm not even talking about this, right? Because this is just gaming. Check us out at www.𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐭 if you guys have not already done so to find out more about Legion of Racers. Every Friday night, 10:30 p.m. plus 8 GMT, we're here.